This message is for GTUs, final year students of degree engineering and diploma engineering, and for the teachers. We, as all of you know, started working last year on 2nd August 2010 on the concept of GTU Innovation Council. In the council we have created now 25 Sankuls, which include every college of GTU, whether it be a degree college or a diploma engineering college. In fact, it also includes all the other colleges, also the pharmacy and the MBA. Now, the expectation is that the principals and directors of the GTU colleges will sit with the industry leaders and thereby ensure that our students are able to get facilities in the industries. During the summer, I am glad to see that thousands of our students from the engineering colleges and diploma colleges have gone to the industry and picked up problems for their final year project. In all, we have about 50,000 students of degree and diploma engineering of the final year who have picked up these problems, and they are now ready to work on these problems during this year. What we want is that each one of these problems must be well executed and our students should learn while working on these projects. The idea is that not only the student should apply his own mind, and not only that he should be guided and mentored by his professors. We want that these students should learn from all the sources within the society which are available. For that particular purpose now, we are going beyond the geographical location of Sankuls towards a structure whereby students can learn from each other, they can learn from their professors, they can learn from the industry engineers, they can learn from the researchers anywhere. For example, let's take the case of biomedical engineering. There are about 300 students who are working on their projects in biomedical engineering. They have taken up good projects. These students have come to us and said that they would like to learn a little more and try to see that their projects become truly useful to the society. So we have put them in touch with design engineers. For example, Dr. Vikram Parmar came and addressed these students. We are trying to put them in touch with the hospitals, with the industry, people who are working in this area, and we are trying to see that these students learn from each other. So we are trying to create a sectoral council. The sectoral council will consist of all these students who are working on these projects, all the teachers who are supervising these projects, and they will consist of the industry leaders who are working in this area. They will consist of researchers who are working in this field. In fact, anyone who is wanting to contribute by ideas is welcome to join the sectoral councils. These are virtual communities where a student could be in Rajkot or he could be in Gandhinagar, but they will be talking to each other electronically. So, for example, in biomedical engineering, we have Dr. Reddy, who is actually the chief of biomedical equipment manufacturing in the Indian Army. He is willing to help us. He is willing to talk to our students. He is willing to mentor any project where his expertise can be of use. So he will be a mentor on the particular sectoral council. Similarly, when we talk about the sectoral council on automobile engineering, we have the person who set up the nano project of Tata's in Sanand. He is quite willing to come and participate as a mentor to our students who are working on projects in automobile engineering. We of course have a very large number of competent teachers who are working in the field. For example, we have as many as 4,867 degree engineering teachers, and we have 3,886 diploma engineering teachers. In all, about 8,000 teachers who could surely help our students develop their projects well. But we want to add to this particular strength of our own with anyone else who is willing to help us, who has some expertise which can be used to make these projects better. Final year projects are not only in themselves important. It's not only important that a student should be able to develop a good project. The point is, a project is the culmination of the entire study of the student, and therefore in a project usually a student will use not the knowledge gained from only one subject, but the knowledge he has gained from nearly all the different subjects he has studied. Therefore it is that the project is of value as an integration of all the knowledge that he has acquired, and probably something more, something that he may not have learned, he may still be required to use in the project and learn on his own. So making a good project is something which in a way adds to the value of the degree, and we want that for every student the degree should be of great value. When GTU issues a parchment to you when you complete your degree, this parchment should have a value in the market. People should understand that because you have got this GTU degree, you must be a good engineer. We want you to progress in your own field. For example, if you are a biomedical engineer, then you must become of great help in biomedical industry. If you are a mechanical engineer, you should do well in the mechanical engineering industry, or maybe in the automobile industry or in the machine tools industry. We do not want that every engineer of ours, after taking a 4-year degree, should go into IT. IT is a good field. We have nothing against it. We in fact want our students to go into IT field and get good salaries. But we feel that a good engineer can get as good a salary as he can get in IT in his own field also. If you do not get a good salary in your own field, then there is something which we are missing. Probably we have not really trained you as well as possible. Probably you have not gained as much from the training as you should have at the university. What I mean to say is, in all the fields of engineering, India needs competent engineers. India needs engineers who can solve its problems. We have myriad problems. Our poverty is not only due to the fact that we have a little less of resources. In fact, we have sufficient resources in the country. Our poverty is due to the fact that we have not learned how to engineer these resources into useful products for our own people. We have not learned how our resources can be utilized to develop products for the whole of the world. Because we are not able to do that, that's why we are poor. That's why the salaries in engineering look to be lower. Actually, once we start producing products which are used by the whole world, your salaries will skyrocket to the top of the list. So, we want that every engineer in our field, whether he is a mechanical engineer or electrical engineer or civil engineer, or for that matter in any other field, he should become a competent engineer, an engineer who can hold his own against the best in the world. That's what we are aiming at. That's what the aim of the Sankuls was. That's what the aim of the sectoral courses is. Thank you.